So I'm Michael Morrissey, and I'm the Chief Product Officer at Reservoir. Obviously, in person, I look a lot like this, but on the web, I either look like this red circle with eyes or this PFP over here. You can actually look on chain to see how much I overpaid for that one. That's kind of a fun little fact. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the pitfalls and also some of the benefits of interoperability when it comes to on-chain commerce. Then I'll talk a little bit about Reservoir and how it serves to mitigate some of those downsides and also to enhance the benefits. For those of you that haven't heard of Reservoir, we are a developer platform for on-chain commerce. So really simply, what that means is we help builders like you guys, the little group of you up here, and all of these amazing logos behind me to add the buying and selling of tokens to their applications. So I want to think about interoperability by focusing down to a very small, specific example, and one that I care a lot about and think a lot about, which is buying an NFT. So this is NFT commerce at its absolute simplest. You have this, beautiful PFP of a very, very sad mug. It costs 0.5 ETH. It's on Magic Eden. Looks like you can actually buy it right from the screen, which I wanted to do that for the demo, but turns out you can't really connect your wallet to Google Slides, which is a bit unfortunate. So this is great, but it also brings up a ton of different questions, like why is this thing worth 0.5 ETH? Is there a market for this? Does it have any utility whatsoever? What the hell is a sad mug, and why are they so sad? It's a great question. And I think this is where interoperability really shines. Different applications can focus and really think deeply about answering these different questions. So you might have, a horizontal marketplace that's really focused on, the price, how the asset is performing over time, the inventory. You could have an in-game marketplace. It turns out it's really important what types of teas and coffees that you put in these things. So that's really good information for making a purchasing decision. Or you could be seeing it in a social feed where maybe your latest influencer is talking about how great the sad mug community is and how valuable it is to be part of that group. And I think this is one of my favorite things about interoperability. Tokens can be extended, explored, explained in so many different ways, and I actually think this is a really amazing thing from a commerce perspective too. You have all these apps that are, have these deep emotional touch points with a user. And I think it's really valuable to move the point of sale as close as possible to that emotional feeling. Maybe you're buying a token at the point of most certainty or of most joy or even of most hype. It really creates a unique buying experience for users that I think is very novel to Web3. So I want to jump back to the simple buy button, which I've put in quotes because I was lying to you before. It's actually not simple at all. So I showed you kind of how it could be ported into a lot of different contexts. But the reality is this simple view is just an abstraction. It doesn't really exist. And, I want to dig a little bit into what's behind the veil here. So you have this token. It could be on, a number of different chains. There's hundreds now. Your users might have funds on that chain. They might not. This image, it could be a PNG on a server somewhere. It could be on IPFS. Maybe it's not an image at all. It's a video or it's a SVG. the price could be coming from a number of different exchanges on a number of different order books. The NFT itself, it's getting spicy now. The NFT itself might, it might not even be an NFT at all. It could be a semi-fungible 1155 token. And all of this just keeps getting more complicated if you add time to the mix. You have new chains coming in all the time. You have new marketplaces, new sources of liquidity, new standards. And, as a developer, this is extremely daunting. Every single time any one of these things changes, you have to spend time working on it, upgrading it. And maybe all you wanted to do was create, the next great Farcaster client. And so this is work that is not really contributing to your product's value. But I actually think this is like one of the most amazing things about the blockchain. It's constantly evolving. Developers are, jumping in to solve new needs. New standards are emerging that help to define new different product types. And I think this is something that we need to be leaning into and not away from. And this is really where Reservoir comes into play. We take that complexity, that innovation, basically the best of the token economy, and repackage it so that it's simple for developers to work with again. So when we think about this abstraction, we kind of think about two different needs that developers have. The first is a global inventory of on-chain goods. So that means being able to buy tokens at a fair price, and then seamless payments. So users being able to buy tokens with the funds that they already have. And extremely conveniently, these map to our two products, Reservoir Relay and Reservoir Market. So I want to talk a little bit about each of these. So Reservoir Market, the goal of it is pretty simple. It's to make all on-chain goods purchasable. And we do that by aggregating, on-chain and off-chain data, normalizing it, and offering, APIs, SDKs, UI kits for developers to build amazing things with them. And so practically what this means is being able to, visualize any token, to be able to buy, sell, list, mint any NFT, and even just build entire marketplaces on top of Reservoir, which is exactly what Magic Eden did. So if you've seen their Ethereum marketplace or their recent expansion to Base, that's entirely built on Reservoir. So things like, the token metadata, all the aggregated prices, all the trending collections is all backed by, Reservoir products. And I think this is really great for them because they're able to, get to market faster. They're able to focus on the parts of their product that is differentiating them and not worry about, kind of the commodity features that they share with all their competitors. Second product, and it's a little newer, is Reservoir Relay. So the goal of Relay is to make all users' funds spendable. And so how we do that is we offer low-cost, instant cross-chain payments. I think it's pretty obvious. We've been talking about all the different L2s that are springing up, and every time that a user needs to, wants to interact with one of these new chains, they have to bridge there, which could be, prohibitively expensive. That could mean minutes or tens of minutes to get there. It also just, in general, removes the user from the action they were trying to take in the first place. Maybe that was buying an NFT or minting a new token. And so what Relay does is it collapses that bridge and then buy flow into just cross-chain payments and ones that complete in seconds. So you can imagine, on minting a NFT on Base with your ETH from Blast, and that's only going to cost 1 extra cent and a couple extra seconds. I think one of the best examples of this is Zora. They integrated cross-chain minting into their application, so you can mint any NFT with your balance, with any of your Ethereum balances. And I think for users, this is actually really magical. They no longer have to think about, where are my funds? They can just think about, do I want to mint this or not? And for Zora, it just means they have more assets to work with and just more mints in general. So I kind of color coded these and separated them, but the reality is it's all the same flow. It's all about getting more users to buy more tokens on more chains. And I think, these two products work really well to just grow the totality of the on-chain economy. And, I think this brings me to my kind of last point, is that this is at Reservoir, we work super hard at creating the best possible platform for people to build with tokens, but it doesn't really mean anything unless there are, amazing consumer applications being built on top. So obviously there's not a million builders here, but I'm really excited to talk to all of you about, how you could use Reservoir, and just learn more about your needs as builders. So that's it from me. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael. So who has questions?
What's on the future roadmap that you can share with us?
Good question. I think the biggest thing right now is just expanding to, other L1s like Solana and Bitcoin. Just so much activity. And I think our, cross-chain protocol is really well suited for that. And just looking forward to expanding the amount of goods that we can offer to places that obviously have really flourishing ecosystems. So it's been a long time focus on EVM, and I think we're now getting the chance to look a little bit outside of that. And just also, working on the relay protocol. There's a ton of work to do there. We want to make cross-chain faster, cheaper, available on more chains, and it's that's the goal.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Michael.